was not going to be the last one.
He beat you.
Oh, you know that's not gonna happen. You're always the fucking last one in now.
Yeah, because I'm most important.
Hey, good answer, buddy.
Somebody's
In
somebody's
WWE,
Obviously
yeah.
somebody
Usually in
needs me.
WWE,
But-
like usually the champion, comes to the ring last. So I guess that
Yeah.
if you're trying to make that reference,
There you
the
go.
main
Thank
event,
You for that.
the main
Thank you for the
event,
support.
the main event,
Yeah, thank you.
right?
Thank you for the reference, Jose. Thank you.
Dude,
You're
I bet Dom listened to the Rocky soundtrack today. I listened back to last week's episode, and you guys are fucking brutal, man.
What, last week?
Yeah,
We were hard
Brutal
on
to who?
Don,
Like
I thought?
brutal to me, or just
Yeah,
brutal
man.
overall?
I'm surprised Dom's even here, man.
Fuck out of here.
Brian, I already found new friends. I found new friends, so
Oh,
this
did
is my last podcast. I'm gonna let you guys
Found
know
new
that.
friends? Where the fuck did you find these fools?
I don't know. On a Facebook group called Rebel and Collectors.
What was that? Rebel Collectors.
You gotta fucking clean your ears, JD. Okay, I said realm.
Hey,
Realm?
hey, Dom, be
Like-
nice, man. You don't want to start some shit again this week.
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
I don't know.
Bring it on.
I don't know.
Bring it on, little boys.
He's already
Bring it on.
starting it. See. But Brian, you thought we were really that hard on him? No, we weren't. Like,
Man, I'm sitting here like, and I'm cold. I got my cold. I feel like shit. I'm
The
folding
chat's
laundry.
already on it.
I'm folding laundry, and I'm like, God damn, they're really fucking going in on Dom, man. I was like,
Dude,
damn.
Brian, do you want to adopt me? Because I'd love to be in your family. So I can be in your Christmas montage video. Please.
Oh,
Did
you know
feel
it's coming.
that sorry and sad that you can adopt me?
Like you're right. The chat's already on. Look at that.
They're already
Right.
on.
Struck the bots. Combine.
Dude. No, I'm fucking tired, you know? I'm fucking tired. I started my fucking diet. I'm trying to better myself. I fucking, say the wrong fucking
The weight
name.
loss challenge starts in.
You know that I know who the fuck the goddamn character was, and you guys just beat me on one fucking word. What am I?
No,
Am I
more than
deluxe?
one word.
Am I deluxe?
I
Am
don't
the
think
deluxe of breaking the mold. I guess.
I don't think it was the Constructabots that did it. I think it was the powerful statement you said about
No.
people who don't have
Gary, listen back to it because I did, okay, buddy? Because I got brutally murdered on that show, okay? So listen back to it. You guys pounced on me on Constructabots. Then I got mad about my comment, and I said my comment just to piss everybody off, okay? Listen to the show, Gary. Go back,
gotta
hit
listen.
rewind,
I gotta
take
listen.
your
back.
8-track player out,
Yeah, he was,
and fucking go to it, old man.
he was ready to fucking quit.
What?
Yeah, I said you were ready to quit.
Dude, no, I wasn't.
you put it in the chat. You're like, that's it. This is
Guys.
guys.
As my emotions caught up to me later on in the night. Yes.
Like,
yes.
maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe I'm out. You guys don't like me anymore. That's
you know
fine.
we love
Whatever.
That's fine.
No,
You know who I needed?
That's bullshit.
I needed my man Brian. I needed my
Brian
man
wasn't here. That's what it was, Brian. You
That was
fucking weren't here last week, and we were out of control. That's what it was.
You've been
I
fighting with Brian
I
in
blame
the past
you.
more than anybody else.
Yeah,
I'm not
I was giving
funny.
you shit 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Was that
You know what I
funny,
think
Brian?
is funny? That Dom is
Oh,
such a
God.
dick to everybody. And then the minute we turn on him, he can't handle it.
Dick to everybody.
You are.
Just as you, JD, and sometimes everybody else.
Hey, we
Sometimes everybody else.
You're right. Sometimes meaning immediately
Immediately.
and always.
Your definitions are really skewed, Gary. I gotta find your dictionary.
Oh my god.
He wants to find your dick, Gary.
Yeah, I
Dick
know, right?
dictionary.
That's how I heard. I let that go because
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
You've been looking for a long time, Tom.
Can
Can we suck this fucking show and shut the fuck up and let's go?
All right. Go.
All right. Let me hit the live button. Let me hit the live button.
It's the live button.
All right, let's fucking stop it. Let's not air our dirty laundry. Right?
And you guys say I get cranky when I'm tired. Jesus, down
Gary,
nap.
you would be proud of me, Gary. I've been holding tight on my diet. I'm in my second week again, dude.
Why are you starting now? Why would you not wait until the first?
I want to start now. I want to start now, so when it gets to the first,
fucking idiot. That's why he's gonna start it fucking now and beat down pounds already. So he's gonna lose less weight during the fucking
exactly. It's like you waited.
It takes me about like 2 to 3 good weeks to start losing mad weight. So
no. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll take your $50. That's what's gonna happen.
Yes.
What are you gonna do
about it?
It's $50 buy-in.
What are you gonna
stick with your strategy? Stick with your strategy. I got you.
I put it in the groups. The ROC weight loss 2017 at gmail.com. PM me directly. $50. Winner takes all is what we'll do starting January 1st.
Yeah, you took $50 from me a month ago. I didn't see anything happen from that.
What are you talking about?
Hey Gary, what's the minimum buy-in before I don't get my money back?
Exactly.
How many people have said yes or sent their money in yet?
Okay, that's a great question, Brian. I appreciate you asking that. Actually, no one has actually sent in a payment yet.
That's wonderful.
Surprise!
That's so fucking wonderful.
However, I think if we have at least 10 people participate, that should make one heck of a prize.
What's the math there, Gary? What's the math?
And make it worthwhile.
What's 10?
Even if 5 people participate, it's a decent prize. You know what I'm saying? But the more the merrier. Come on.
Yeah, and listen, here's the win, right? So let me do the Japan math because someone's gonna make a comment, I'm sure. But the if we get 6 people, that almost covers your new Optimus Prime if you get it from overseas directly, or
if you're a savvy shopper,
right? Or it takes 10 people to make it break even. But I put it in both of the groups. I'm going to end up updating the health and wellness group for the participants when we get that closer to it. And I know Christmas is coming up, but I really think we want to try and have everybody registered by the 30th. And that way they can get me their first weigh in on the 1st. That's all you have to do. Every 2 weeks, I'll have a schedule out. You send me a picture of your feet on the scale. I'll suck it up and look at all the toes. And
wear socks for you.
Yeah,
suck it up, people. He's sucking it up.
Yeah. But I'll do the math for the calculations.
Sucking on toes?
Easy. Relax. Dom, if you're gonna have to pay a lot more than $50.
Yeah. What's your going price for that? What's your
2 mythic orgs?
Even asking.
2 mythic orgs.
Red ones.
He wants the barbarian builder.
Red ones.
Wow, red ones. Now you're going a little pricey there.
Now the green ones are more than the red ones, right?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The regular ones are going for anywhere from 80 to 100 now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, by the way, did that guy in the group ever put his shit up for sale?
Patrick.
That's a good fucking question.
Because he said later today. I checked 3 hours later. I'm like, it's fucking later.
Damn.
Brian's sniping, dude.
Brian, what else could you need?
Green orcs.
He had old stuff, and he'll let it go for a decent price.
Oh, watch. We're watching now because every time we're on this show, good shit goes up.
Dude, it'll be okay. We'll live.
No. I gotta get my fix.
Don't start. Don't start. It's too early in the show.
All right. And speaking of show, welcome to episode 50 of Breaking the Mold. Fucking episode 50, guys. Turning 50.
Wow. That's crazy.
Fucking awesome. Anniversary
That's
coming up in
Yep.
a couple of weeks.
God, never thought we'd have that much to say.
I know, right? I don't know.
Apparently so.
We're here stringing along. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out on this Tuesday evening. I'm Harrican BX. Let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. First up, welcome back, Brian Brink. What's happening?
Hey, it's good to be back. Thank you, Jose. And I think just 20 minutes ago, my voice almost went back to normal. So I was like, wow, how about that? It's pretty good. Let's see. the last 2 weeks? I don't know. I'm still watching Bob Ross. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys a question who have been keeping up with Netflix Voltron. I'm one episode away from finishing the whole thing. And would I be wrong in saying that Netflix Voltron is basically Dragon Ball Z with Gundam?
Mhm.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not caught up on it. I haven't watched this
Yeah,
this new season or the last season. I haven't watched.
So yeah, I'm like 2 behind myself. So
All right. Well, if you think about the big burly fights, these massive endings to things, it seems like I've heard stories of Dragon Ball taking an entire episode for one fight, and so I figure this Voltron might be very similar to that.
speaking of Netflix, so did anybody else watch that their version of the Jungle Book?
Mowgli?
That just yes.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, I highly recommend it. It's actually really worth watching. Why
What
are you
is it?
laughing, Down?
Live action?
Oh, no, I'm not
Down-
laughing at you.
Down broaden horizons. That's
I'm not
fine.
laughing at you.
Yeah.
Dude, I know the Jungle Book, dude. Don't worry.
I'm not worried. I'll be
Do
fine.
you?
Is it episodic, Gary, or is it just another?
No, it's just a movie. It's just a movie. It's got a lot of CG, but
It's
it's
the same
it's
thing all over again, right?
a little bit darker
Raised
than
by the bear.
than the Disney one. Yeah, but I don't know. It had a little bit of a different take, and the CG I think is actually really well done for what it is. And I don't know. It's worth the watch. I recommend it.
Is it an adaptation of the Jungle Book? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like verbatim by the book necessarily, from what I remember, but it was worth watching. I liked it.
All right, interesting. All right, and Brian, nice to have you back. Apparently, like you said earlier, we went a little bit off the rails last week. I don't know. I might attribute that to your absence. So we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight.
No, I'm just glad that I wasn't there to pile on Dom. I would feel so terrible.
It would have been mob mentality. Oh man, that's so funny. All right, next up, Energon Addict. What's happening tonight, Pop?
Yo, what's good?
What's good? How you feeling, bro? You feeling
A lot better, yeah.
a lot better? Back to normal?
myself. Yeah.
Yes.
Appetite's back. Gained a few pounds back.
Nice.
I'm good. I'm ready.
What you been
Ready
eating?
and rolling.
You been eating some pasta, some bread. What you been munching on?
Anything and everything. I'm back to my usual stuff, man. I'm just not eating like things that'll fucking trigger anything. The only thing I've really stayed away from is red meat.
Mm-hmm.
I love red meat, but I gotta cut back on it a bit. So, hopefully making some meatballs this weekend that'll get my fix in. But those heavy steaks I gotta stay away from for a bit.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It stays in you for a while. So if I have something aggravating me and I need it out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the best thing to have inside you.
Yeah.
Takes your body like what, 7 days to digest red meat.
Is
Is
that
it
how-
really? It's something. I know
Is
it's
that how
longer than any other protein.
Yeah.
I always heard like 3 days and shit, but I don't know. Like I never really like looked that up myself to see like if the rumors I heard or whatever were true. Like gotta look that. Gary, do you know about that and it being into fitness? How long does that take to?
I don't. Yeah, I'm not accurate on the days. I will tell you that even when people are on the high protein diets, most of them are limiting the red meat intake for refeeds and cheat meals, and or trying to go with something like a bison versus like steak or beef. That's just a leaner type of red meat. So.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's genetic makeup is different, so I would imagine that's not entirely accurate, but that's just what I learned at a very young age. That red meat stays in your body for at least a week.
7 days sounds like a long time to have some dead fucking animal in you. I don't know.
Well, how long were you sick, Dave?
I was sick for 10 days.
Uh-huh.
But my last like 3 or 4 days, there was like nothing in me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I was farting air, like
That's usually what,
I mean,
Like I got
you
nothing
usually
on that.
fart air, but like when you're sick like me, sometimes you fart liquid shit. So like,
Oh.
sorry to sound gross, but I would go to the bathroom and nothing would come out but pure air because there was nothing in there. So
that's methane. It's called methane.
Here I sit, brokenhearted. Yeah, but I'll tell you, it takes a long time to get that red meat out because there's a lot in there that your body needs. Needs a lot of meat. Can't waste any morsel of it. It's good stuff.
I mean, there are proteins in it that your body needs,
And iron.
all kinds of stuff. Yeah. You don't get, like vegetarian people, they gotta eat. They gotta supplement for all the.
Dom just turned his computer on.
They need meat injections.
Yep, hot beef injections.
Yeah, they got a supplement for the loss of iron, right? Because
Yeah,
a lot of iron.
I guess iron is like the big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't broccoli have a lot of iron? Like a lot of the leafy vegetables, right, Gary?
That's true. You got it. Yep, that's what your broccoli and your kale is good for.
They have a lot of iron in them. I thought they had a lot of fiber, and that's why
Spinach, definitely.
They all have fiber, but it's broccoli is actually a nice
It's a
supplement.
superfood, right?
Rice and beans not a good source of iron. Always heard that was a good source of iron. Rice and beans together, mixed, not separately, but mixed. I don't know how true that is. Fucking Puerto Rican urban legend.
rice and beans will cure anything, Jose.
Flush it right out of you.
Jose, you're not feeling good. Go eat some rice and beans. You'll be okay.
Gary got that look on his face, like he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad you're feeling better though, bro. Like, when you got your health back and you're feeling good, appetite back, it's like after not feeling well, like you just appreciate your health all the more. Like after an ordeal like that. So
Yeah, hell yeah, it was like Superman this weekend.
Well-
We didn't have the house decorated, so I guess she waited for me to do it or help her do it. So we finally decorated the house and shit. So.
all right, nice. Are
Between
you guys?
that-
How long? Oh,
Go
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What are you gonna
No, I
say?
was gonna ask, like, how, like, since they're up so late, like, how long do you usually keep decorations up past
We'll
Christmas?
probably
Like-
keep. I mean, Lauren likes to keep them up like mid-January. Like she enjoys it, but typically like after Three Kings Day, like I think it's like January 6th to 7th or some shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we start taking stuff down. But
The Three Kings Day?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Gary? In what train?
I just said that was interesting. to
Oh,
hear.
interesting. Oh, yeah. What's this about Three Kings Day? What's that about?
it's a religious holiday. I don't know if it's a Spanish
to be
thing or
religious,
a Catholic thing or what, but
It's like
You know,
the
you-
second Christmas for Puerto Rico.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know my mom always used to, she'd give like a card or something, like with some loot in it, like or an extra little like gift or whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
The really religious celebrate it more.
Yeah. And then
It's
that's
just
my
for
mom.
me. It's just like a habit. Now. I know it's coming. So it's about
Yeah. It has something to do with the Star of David and when what was the three pastors found the barn house or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, they were kids.
Well, at least you guys know what you're celebrating, so
There's
you got,
somewhat
that's,
of an
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my dad, man, he would leave those things up till like Easter almost. He hated putting the tree back, but he loved Christmas, man.
I don't know. See, we're the opposite. My wife loves decorating for it, and she'll start like as soon as Halloween is done. But then as soon as Christmas is done, like the 26th, 27th, everything's back to normal. But I actually like it that way and kind of get back just to
Yo, when
The
she's
day
done this,
after?
send it over here, bro.
yeah.
I think part of why Lauren leaves it up so long is because she's fucking lazy. But that's just
Just leave that shit up year round. Fucking, you don't have to worry about it next year.
That's what I do with Halloween.
Oh man. All right, sweet Dom, what's going on, man?
Not much.
What's up, punching bag? What's happening?
Why did he turn his camera off?
Yeah, turn your camera. I think he did the same shit last week. I got on him for that shit last week. Fucking, what's going on? You don't want to show us your good looks?
I find it very interesting that Jose, is really talking a lot of shit to me. I'm sure it's going to be different when I see
Dave was
soon.
under the weather. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to fucking get crazy on you. I'm just, I'm kind of like, just, taking his place this week.
I got you.
What's going on, man?
I'm sure he likes you for doing that. Not much. It was a slow week. Didn't do much. Just probably going to leave some Christmas shopping to this last weekend coming up, so can enjoy all the craziness.
You doing that in person? You doing that in person, not Amazon Prime?
No, yeah, I have no idea what to get my nieces, so I usually take a walk around the mall and come up with ideas and then kind of.
How old are they?
One is 20, and the other one is turning 18 soon.
So dude, like you're on the highway or something. Who's driving down the highway? Somebody sounds like they're driving down the highway. You guys hear that?
My life is a highway.
I hear it. So Dom, go to the little gondola, sell the lotion, and have the girls give you a hand massage.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, "Are you interested?" And they'll be like, "No." And then they're like, "Well, we'll knock it down to this much." Like, I don't know. And they're like, "Well, we'll knock it down to this much." And like, "All right, I'll take 3."
Brian,
And then boom, that's how it works.
Since you detailed that out, it seems like you've done it.
I do it every year. Yeah. So, I mean,
I think I'm probably going to go to Ulta and just get them gift cards, but my older niece is more. My other niece is more into makeup than my other, so I can't resort to makeup with mine.
No, not makeup, just like little hand lotion things. And they give you the little thing to do your nails. And like
Brink's like, not makeup.
No, man. And
personal care.
Dude, they do this thing to your thumbnail. And my thumbnail is shiny until February. It's crazy. I don't know what they do to it, but it's nuts.
Wait, Dom, how old are they again?
What's that?
They're
He said 18 and 20.
20, yeah. One's turning 18 soon, and the other one's 20. She's in college.
Yeah, that's just weird. I guess at that point, I guess the best thing is probably like a gift card. How do you guys feel about that? Because sometimes I've always heard, it's always the shit growing up. Oh, you give somebody a card with money or a gift card. It's so.
Well, it depends on how much money you put on the gift card.
Yeah, it's saying, oh, that's so impersonal or whatever. Like, how do you guys feel on that end of the spectrum? Are you the type to prefer to get like an actual gift and break your head, or do you prefer to go the gift card route? Just run it down the line.
Like I don't mind getting a gift card. It just depends on where it is too.
I agree.
As far as like giving it, you know what I mean? It does seem a little impersonal, but at the same time, like you get like one of those, like an Amazon card or something like that. You give that away, they can buy whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's like.
Just wondering how you guys feel about it personally,
I used to think the gift cards were kind of stupid because you're like taking money and now you're limiting like what you can do with it, right? For that reason. But I do think that when people are given cash, it's easy to have it spent on like regular life stuff and not get applied towards a gift also. And I'll say, I used to, same thing, like a gift card, like, it's not super exciting when you get it, but then when you get to spend it for yourself, I think that's can be a lot more fun. So,
yeah. Personally, I don't give a shit either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's for a place like Amazon or whatever that you could easily like redeem it. I'm all for that shit. Best Buy, Amazon, anything like that. As far as receiving it, perfectly fine, and then giving it, I guess it's up to that person and how they feel about it. But I feel like you can't go wrong just because it is, the person could get what they want.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, you're good. I was just saying, I was second what Gary was saying is like, I used to like complain if I didn't get anything to open and I got like either money or gift cards.
Oh, okay. See, so that's at a point you felt that way then, right?
At what point of your life though was this? Like recently? Like 10 years?
I mean, like maybe go 2-3 years back.
Oh, okay.
Like now that I'm into, this lifestyle of PayPal and Venmo and fucking money you don't see anymore. Like I'd rather fucking.
It's all transactions.
Like my mom gives me cash all the time. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with this stuff? Like like it's funny because like 2 years ago, I remember being with Chris, right, Chris Pinkerton, and handing him a bunch of cash for something. He was like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And I laughed at him. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like But now I see it because cash means nothing in this fucking world anymore. It's like right now, it's like if I want to buy something over somebody on Facebook, right? If I don't have the funds in my PayPal account, and I don't want to move money around, my savings or checking, because that's for real life stuff. I'm like, I got fucking $300 cash in my pocket, but I can't do nothing with it.
You got to run to the bank and deposit that shit.
Like, who the fuck has time to do that? I don't.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to the fucking bank to deposit 300. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird world we live in these days.
Cash is for your fucking beer and cigarettes and your rap.
I mean, I usually have cash on me. Like if I don't have cash, I'm truly broke.
Oh, so JD's like on the opposite. He's not the one. So you don't do a lot of the digital fucking.
No, I do, but like I usually always have cash. Like if we go out like every Monday. We'll say Sunday and Monday we'll go out and do our runs or whatever. And usually I just pay cash for it. Or if it's like super expensive, I'll use my card. But
yeah, so I'm with you, JD. Same thing.
But like like cash a $20 Black Series figure or Marvel Legends, you know what I mean? I'll grab that and a water, at like Target,
And like when I accumulate a large PayPal balance, like after we sell at shows and stuff, I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? It's I don't know, it's opposite to me because I only use PayPal really for like eBay shopping most of the time. Everybody else takes credit cards. And I don't know. It's funny, like at the end of like NJCC, I'll go to Chris, like Dave, as you mentioned. Like, Chris, how much cash do you have? Because I got PayPal balance. And he's like, all right, man, let's do it. So, yeah.
I think the only thing I use cash for pretty much nowadays is like coffee or whatever. Like if I'm getting coffee before going in for work. But honestly, if I didn't, I always think I have a dilemma when I don't have cash on me and it's the morning and I'm going to work because I'm like, fuck, that means I gotta fucking go clock in. And I always have a little like change stash like in my office that I could grab change from and go and get a coffee from the front of the hospital. But that's always a pain in the ass, right? Because it's like you want to get your shit while you're going in, not have to go in and come back out. But I guess it's not really a dilemma because the cafeteria, I guess, sells coffee and I could always make my shit there and pay for it with a card. But I'm not used to doing that. So, but yeah, it is funny like how I guess, the world we live in, that's not so much of a big deal whether you have cash or not. Pretty much every place takes card, even the fucking Chinese restaurant. What I'm saying? I can swipe my card to fucking buy chicken wings and pork fried rice. Sorry, Gary. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So, where were we? Where was I? What was it? I was introducing.
I think it was Dom,
right? Yeah, I was at Dom. So, what's up, Gary? What's going on?
You didn't let me finish, but that's okay.
What do you got? What do you got to say?
Yeah, what else do you got?
Fucking talk.
Dom said
I got it.
You said plenty.
No, actually, I got no more things to say. You can go on. Thank you for the return to me, Jose. Thank you.
You got to take it back, bro. Take it back.
I'm good.
You're welcome, Dom.
Thank you, JD, and welcome to the bus of Bustin' on Dom, JD. Thank you for hopping on in and enjoying the trip.
I'm always on that bandwagon.
I'm sure you are.
All right, G Money, what's up, man?
Everything's good. Everything's good. It seemed like I was just thinking.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
Everything's good.
Oh, Tom.
Are you sure everything is good, Gary?
Everything is great.
You sure?
That's good.
That's good.
Hey, Gary, thanks again for that magic.
Oh, you're welcome. Did the weapons work
the
out?
Accessories are very mythic.
Yeah, right. See, I figured they would work. Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right.
Nice.
All right. And JD, what's going on, man?
Nothing, I guess. Yeah, we had a busy week. I had some friends come over this weekend that from out of town, and they stayed the weekend. So we busted our ass all week, moving everything around and making the house look like a house again.
It's like, come on, hurry! We gotta get all these toys out of the way.
No. We spread that shit out throughout the house. There was like, I mean, in the laundry room and then in our foyer, there was like a pathway through furniture and boxes, and then the living room was just full of boxes, like most of all her collection, and then the stuff that I have boxed up for selling at shows. You know what I mean? So we finally got the space back. Like my roommate moved out and all that stuff. So the garage is free and the third floor is free. So we moved all kinds of shit around. And Friday was kind of rough. We like didn't really sleep at all. And yeah, I thought I was gonna end up in the hospital again, but
what happened? Were you all right?
I just like this, the same shit. I was like having chest pains and couldn't breathe and was like delirious. But she's like, you just need to lay down and relax. This is ridiculous. You're fine. You're gonna be okay. You just need to sleep. You haven't slept like all week.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I pretty much slept.
So you didn't eat a bunch of Reese's peanut butter cups or anything like that?
No.
Okay, that's
No.
good.
No, I've been watching the shit out of eating sugar. So, but yeah, we're good. We're all back to normal.
Are Reese's peanut butter cups not good for you? It's like my favorite.
Nah, that's what he said last time. He ate like
Yeah,
15 of them, and he's like, "That's it. I got to go to the hospital."
yeah.
Something like that.
Like
Those shits are hard to fucking stop eating, though, right? Fucking JD,
They are.
fucking
They are.
Those fucking
But
minis,
yeah,
especially.
like that time I ate a bunch and then we ate dinner and then I ate a bunch more. And like I ended up, I was full and then the sugar and
Yeah.
it wasn't good.
Oh, it's a shit.
Reaction. But we're good. Everything's back to
Really?
normal. Whoops.
I know. I've noticed. I don't know if it's being lactose intolerant. I've never considered myself that because I drink milk. I'm fine. Have dairy products. I'm fine. But now I notice whenever I eat chocolate, doesn't matter, cookies, whatever. Like that shit really makes me have to like go to the bathroom. Like not too long after. I don't know if anybody else gets that. Exactly, JD. Exactly. It's crazy. It's never like it's just something I realized kind of late in life now and never had that before. So I don't know. I guess that's what happens when you get old.
Yeah. Your body changes every 7 years.
Yeah.
supposedly.
Was that the remedy? Like just being able to relax, get some rest? Like did that
Yeah.
fix how you were feeling?
Yeah, I slept pretty good Friday night, and I felt pretty good the rest of the weekend. So, and we're still doing pretty good. So,
All right, good.
we're thumping away. And I mean, if anything was going to happen, it would have been when I was like at my peak activeness. Not while I'm like laying there like trying to relax, like. And that's when I was noticing it because I had time to sit there and think about it. It's like, oh, what's that? And then I work myself up and I'm fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
No.
I get like that too, man, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like trapped, and I get kind of anxious and stuff like that.
Yep.
But did you get all rested up for that swingers party that was
Yeah,
happening?
That's what I was about to say. How was it having the friends over and shit? Were you guys like partying, just chilling, parlaying? What was
Like they're pretty busy people, so they were, I think, grateful that we didn't have a bunch of things planned. We just we made we just cooked like Ashley, the girl. It's a husband and wife, but like the wife, she loves to cook. Chan loves to cook, so they spent a lot of time in the kitchen cooking food and all that kind of stuff, and just palling around, being buddies. And then Kyle, the husband, him and I just lounged around, talked about whatever. Like he's a big nerd too. He's a big Marvel fan and into comics and all that kind of stuff. But we sat around, played with toys and all that kind of stuff. And Chan surprised me with an early Christmas present that I set up Thursday night, and we now have an arcade, like a cabinet arcade.
Oh, one of those ones that they're selling that you could like build up yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's got like 12 games on it. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Which one did you get? The 12 gamer?
Yeah.
Is that from 1UP?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Came with the riser and everything, and had the 12 games, and it was cheaper than the ones that had like 3 games on it or 4 games.
Yeah.
And then you had to buy the riser separate.
Yeah. It's just that some of those games, some of the controls for certain games are unplayable. You just have to be careful.
Yeah. No, it's fun though. We messed around with that all weekend too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But good eats and hanging out, good company. You know what I mean? I don't get to spend a lot of time with these people. I've known them for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and like right around the time that my phone broke is when they got married. So Chan and I went to their wedding, and Chan met them for the first time. And they tried to hang out with us as much as they could throughout the evening. You know what I mean? And it was like just to get to know her a little bit, make her a little more comfortable with them. But having them here, that was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. And it was relaxing. You know what I mean? We played Cards Against Humanity and
That's cool.
watched this Nicolas Cage in a movie called Mandy, for all you people that can't see. If you haven't watched it and you like fucked up movies, this is a pretty fucked up movie.
Mandy, it's just goes. I've never heard of it. So what's the premise, real quick?
A primal psychedelic rage scream of a movie. So yeah, dude, it's like, I don't know, drug use, like hallucinogens and shit. It's fucking wild. But it's kind of mythic. I think you know the mythic guys would appreciate it, because they're like so there's like this
That's all he had to say.
Yeah, there's like this biker gang. I mean, it's
Got all our attention now.
it's all like present day sort of stuff. It's all like present day. But like one of the examples is, you know, there's like this religious cult or whatever, and they want Nicolas Cage's wife. So they're like, okay, we're going to call these people and they're going to take her for us, and they're going to bring her to us. So the people that they're calling are this, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like Mad Max meets Gwar, like meets Hellraiser.
You mentioned Nicolas Cage.
They're like, they're like a motorcycle gang. But the way they called him, he pulls out like this ocarina, and he's like doo-doo-doo-doo, out in the middle of the woods, like, you know, he drives this fucking rape van out in the middle of the woods, and he's playing this ocarina, and then this fucking big ass, like, gnarly looking. I mean, they have like nails and shit like stuck in their skin, and they're all fucking just crazy looking. But Nicolas Cage is in it, and he doesn't say a whole lot throughout the movie, and it's probably his best performance.
Where the fuck did you get mythic out of any of that you just said?
Wait,
for fucking goblins and swords and fucking shields and shit.
He makes this crazy fucking battle axe, and it's called Mandy. But he actually like smiths it.
Nicolas Cage. Yo, when's the last time you've seen that dude in a good movie? What was the last good movie that dude made?
Well, dude, ever since
Gone in 60 seconds.
In your opinion, of course. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gone in 60 seconds? That's at least fucking 12, 13 years old, right?
Dude, that's from 2000. That's like 19 years old. That movie.
We were talking about this too. It was
I
like,
just saw him in something. What the fuck
well,
was it?
the reason he fucking went bankrupt or whatever. Like he bought too much weird shit, and he just ended up having to make all these movies. He's making like 10 movies.
He's made a shitload of them, right? Yeah, exactly. Like all this straight to DVD, like fucking.
It's got that Netflix.
I mean, he was in
contract.
Kick-Ass. I mean, he wasn't like the best of actors.
That's what I saw him in, was Kick-Ass. He was the father, right?
Yeah.
Daddy or something.
I'll say that because I like Kick-Ass. I'll say that was probably.
What was the one that he like had escaped from hell, and like he was driving that Buick, and then
What's
Ghost
the-
No,
Rider?
it's not Ghost Rider. There's another one where he gets out of hell, and then hell sends like another demon, basically to kind of like bring him back.
Ghost Rider?
It's
What?
not Ghost Rider, Dom. Fuck you.
Ghost Rider 2?
It's,
Yeah. He was cool as Big
It's not-
Daddy and
it's-
Kick Ass. That was kind of cool. I dug that.
Uh-oh.
now I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up, bro.
I like
Dante's Inferno?
It's not Drive
Come
Angry.
on,
That's the
Face
Rock, right?
Off, Con Air.
I like
Con Air,
the
Face Off.
I like those museum ones. Those are
Yeah,
good.
but
Treasure.
I was gonna say
Natural Treasures. You like that?
Yeah,
that was like
fun.
Face Off was
The
like
the first one was okay.
5 or 6 though, right?
I was right. It's called Drive Angry.
I've
21.
never heard of that. I've
You
never
should
heard
never,
of Drive
Gary.
Angry.
You should never drive angry. You should
You
never.
guys ever seen that movie where he wins the lotto and he's with Rosie Perez? I think in that movie. Was it
Yes.
Perez. That must have been a long
The,
time.
the lottery
Remember,
ticket.
remember,
lotto ticket? That was filmed like 2 blocks away where I grew up when I was a kid, and a bunch of my childhood friends were in the movie.
Wasn't that called It Could Happen to You?
No, I
Big.
wasn't cool enough to be let out the house at that age, but
No, that's the name of the fucking movie. Is like It Could Happen.
It could definitely happen
you were
to
getting
you.
at me, bro. Like, chill. Like,
What about Snake Eyes? Remember Snake Eyes? You watch Snake Eyes with him?
Yo, Dave Rosie Perez is fucking hot, right? Fucking remember White Man Can't Jump?
hell yeah.
She showed
Fly
nitties
Girls.
in that. She showed nitties in that.
But Nick
Fly
Cage
Girls.
was in it.
She taught him how to dance. She taught J Lo. Sometimes when you win, you really lose, and sometimes when you lose, you really win.
You took that to heart, didn't you?
Oh man, they're in the chat. So National Treasure. I can't recall seeing that, but I guess people saying that's good. He was in a recent indie movie called Joe. Okay, I haven't heard of that.
Like we talked about this too that night. Is like, you know, the same question came up. You know, what was the last thing you remember Nicolas Cage did? Like, was any good in? But I mean, he did, like Leaving Las Vegas.
He did a lot of good shit.
Well, he won
did
an
a-
Oscar for that.
He's done a
Elizabeth
lot of-
Shue.
He's just,
Man.
I know he's done a lot of good stuff that's kind of like fondly remembered, but I just know, you know, like I guess like you guys said, like he's done a lot of shit like recently where it's just you don't know about it, hear about it. He's just in it and he's just making movies for like just for the fucking sake of it. True Star Screamer says he was Superman in Teen Titans Go. So look, he finally got his fucking wish. Wasn't he dying to play Superman?
Right.
Oh god, thank God that fucking never happened. I think the one that he was trying to pitch. The fucking,
Jeez, Jose. Damn.
when I heard that, I was like, Nicolas Cage, Superman. Like, no, that doesn't.
Did you
that
guys ever
doesn't
see
fit.
that documentary behind that? That whole idea in that look in the 90s. It's actually pretty interesting about how that movie was kind of being put together and then apart and then together and apart, and they have like costume fittings and stuff for him and some of those things in the storyline.
Yeah, I saw pictures and shit like of him in the suit. You know,
But there's an actual like documentary. It's interesting to watch. I think it's on Amazon or Netflix, or it was on Netflix at one point. It's pretty interesting.
I'll have to check that out. I think I've heard of it. I think I kind of vaguely remember what you're talking about, but I know I've never seen it, so I'll probably have to check it.
You put it back in context to like the mid to late 90s and just kind of what was happening like in movies and what was popular. And when you hear about the scripts and stuff, it all sounds pretty laughable now, but at that point in time it kind of seemed I could see where it was like logically the path that they were going.
Might have could have worked, yeah. No, for sure. And I know he was sporting like the longer hair, like in those photos. Which Superman, in the '90s, for a point when when they did the return storyline, he came back with long hair and he rocked that look for a couple of years. So, so I definitely like get it, But I don't know. I just didn't see Nick Cage, like himself as an actor, like as Superman. I'm like, he just doesn't look like him.
Dude, you know what made my? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, back then it wasn't like now where they could kind of like easily make almost any actor look like a hero, like in a comic book. But back then, I was like, no, that dude, he's not Superman.
Dude, I got my wife to watch Tremors the other day. It was on TV. I was like, this is great. You gotta watch it. She's like, no, I don't really want to watch Kevin Bacon fight giant worms. I'm like, no, it's really good. Give it a chance.
Why would you know?
How old is that one? Because I know that one's a little bit.
It's
older,
old.
right?
Tremors is 1990.
Did it have
Okay.
the dad from?
It sure did. It did. Absolutely.
that?
Michael Gross,
Yeah.
who starred in Family Ties.
Family
And
Ties.
he starred as the dad in the other movie, Cool as Ice, featuring Vanilla Ice, which also was like a 91 movie.
You
Anyone ever
watch
seen that
right,
one?
Gary?
What'd you say?
You still watch that, right? From time
Oh,
to time?
dude, you better ditch that zero and get with the hero.
Oh my god.
This is why Gary cannot watch horror flicks.
Dude.
Spend
Oh, okay. So
all of his time watching Vanilla Ice.
I do not really like slasher horror movies. Like it's not my thing. But every once in a while, right, you kind of like get this urge to watch something. Has anyone ever seen The Green Inferno?
Yeah, it's horrible.
No.
It's pretty disturbing. So right, it's Eli Roth who does the Hostel movies, and it basically is all about a cannibalistic tribe and a bunch of college students that end up in this situation there. And it's it's a bit repetitive, but it's pretty brutal. It's pretty graphic.
Are those the ones where the kids had their their organs harvested from them while they were still
They weren't.
alive?
That's Hostel.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hostel is kind of like torture, but this was like true cannibalism. But yes, some of them were eaten while they were absolutely still alive. But pretty disturbing.
I thought that movie was horrible. It was.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Well, no, I don't mean like. I just mean like horribly acted, produced.
Oh yeah, it's not a good movie, but
Some movies are so bad they're good, Or, I'm sure we all got like that one, fucking movie that's just like a guilty pleasure, even though we know it's fucking bad. It's probably one of the worst ever.
You ever seen that movie with Sinbad where he
Jingle All the Way.
No, not that one.
The one where he's a
House Guest, where he's like he's running away from the mafia because he owes them money, and he moves in with this rich white family, and he pretends he's a dentist.
That was Webster.
No, it's called House Guest with Sinbad.
I know.
Wow.
Yo, that movie, no matter when the fuck it's on, it's bad. It's not a great movie. It's like a corny, really stupid kiddie movie. I watch it every fucking time. I sit there. I'm like, oh shit, it's on. I'll record it if I see it on, like on the TV. I'll record that shit. Fucking love that.
Record that
movie,
shit.
bro.
That's great. I think I'm with Sportimus in the chat. He's like, Sinbad movies too frightening to even think about. Yeah, I never enjoyed those
Oh,
movies
it's harsh.
back in the day as kids, Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't
Flash
a fan.
Gordon. That's not bad.
Oh, that's good.
It's good.
Flash. That's Queen, right? Isn't that Queen?
Yeah, it's Queen.
Come on, that's classic. That's classic stuff. I'm not saying it's any good or whatever because that is 80s cheese, but that's the shit we grew up with.
That's almost 70s. I was gonna say that's like
Is it?
1980. Yeah, that's like borderline.
See, and I was born in 80, so I'm watching that shit on reruns. It's a Channel 11. I know showed that a lot. Remember, Dave? Channel
What?
11 used to show all the old school.
Oh,
fucking
all the
shit.
old, yeah, hell yeah.
Flash Gordon was fucking. They stayed playing that shit on the weekend.
Tonight at 11.
You know?
On 11.
Yep. Everybody's saying in the chat as far as like Nicolas Cage got Gone in 60 Seconds. I guess that's like a favorite for like a lot of people. That probably was like that was a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Would you
yeah.
probably say that was like his last like great one, like where he was like, let's say the star, like starring role, like for him in the theaters? Because I remember Face Off being real good. Like I enjoyed that one, but that
I
was like
Face Off. Did
that was,
Face
like,
Off come after that?
that was
No,
90s.
Face Off was 97.
Yeah,
Gone in 60 Seconds was 2000.
that's
See,
not
the thing about Gone in 60 Seconds, that's a remake, and the cars are like equally as important in that movie, versus just the people.
And Con Air was another good one. Was Con Air after that, or was it more or less?
Con
around the
Air
same
came,
time?
I think, after Face Off. Those were really close together.
Yeah. I think it's
Con
I think it
Air was the same year as Face Off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both 97.
7. Yep. I'm
Wow.
looking at it.
Now-
Chan said Lord of War. She said
Lord
he
of
was
War. was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
That
that's
was
true.
like
She's right. That's
2005.
actually, yep, that's pretty good.
That is a good one. I haven't seen that in a long time, but I remember liking that one. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's a good one.
He also did the one with
Raising
War
Arizona.
Machine, right? And Taya Leone, the like the holiday one where he gets transplanted like into a different life to see what happens with like his high school sweetheart.
Oh yeah,
The
Family-
like,
the
it did a
Family Man.
flashback. Yeah, the family.
Yeah, Family Man.
Family
Yeah.
Man. That's a good movie, man.
Yeah, it's
Where,
actually
like,
decent.
There's
He has
another
a-
one that he does some shit like doesn't he turn into an angel or he's an
That's,
angel?
yeah, that's what
City
they
of
Ryan.
Angels.
City
Yeah.
of
City of
Angels.
Angels.
Yeah.
Raising Arizona. Anybody?
Oh, dude,
But yeah, that's the one where they kidnap the kid, right?
that's classic.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
I like The Sorcerer's Apprentice. He was in that. That movie's kind of corny too, but I like that.
Oh, that was pretty good. I remember
No
that.
surprise there.
when they do that electrical thing, when he does the electrical show for the girl and shit. And they fuck
Was
with-
he in Bloodsport too?
Who? Nicholas Cage?
I'm just kidding.
Jean,
I'm just
that's,
kidding.
I was
I'm
about
just
to say
kidding.
Jean-Claude
Wait,
Van
he
Damme.
played
Just-
Bolo
I'm-
Young in that
Have
movie.
they
I'm
ever
just
crossed
kidding.
paths?
Right.
I'll cut you like a fish, boy.
Oh, I know that was like another like trope of like back then, right? Like the late '80s, like early '90s. So I guess it was who were the action stars? Steven Seagal, Van Damme,
Oh, you
Maybe
had
that-
Van
Maybe
Damme.
that was your
And-
action star.
and it would
Seagal.
well you know like they were putting out a lot of movies back then.
Yeah.
Like, those two actors in particular, and always like Steven Seagal was like all his movies always had like the 3 words like out for justice, like
Exactly.
Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
And Van Damme always had like 2. It was the 2 fucking words in the title, like Double Impact.
What was the movie? What was the
Bloodsport,
movie?
yeah.
What was the movie
Bloodsport.
that he died like in the first 2 minutes?
Hard to Kill. Steven Seagal. They shot him all up, and he survived.
And then he has a
Yeah,
big
no. Like he
Yeah,
died in the
Kelly
first 2
LeBrock.
minutes of the movie, and he doesn't come back. What movie was that? Wasn't that Broken Arrow or something like that?
Not
Was
Steven
he-
Seagal. He's not.
Is that
No,
the
no.
one he trained?
Executive decision.
Executive Decision. Yeah.
Now that's
You
that's one
fucking-
of those trashy movies.
Get off my
I
plane.
remember that movie. Like everybody who was a Steven Seagal fan went to that movie because he was in. Like they like, oh, Steven Seagal's in this movie, and he died in the first 2 minutes and doesn't fucking come back. And everybody was like, what the fuck?
And his last word, he's like, Kurt Russell's like, we're not gonna make it, and he's like, you will. And then he goes to the door.
Dude, that's my favorite movie because I hate that movie.
I don't even remember that. I'm gonna have to fucking look that up.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. So, Steven Seagal movie called Under Siege. What scene
Yep.
do you all remember from that?
Oh,
movie?
Erica Leniak
Yeah.
popping out of the cake. Come on,
Yeah, there you go.
You're so perverted.
dude. Don't make me tell you what minute and seconds that you
Oh my
the VHS
God,
tape.
Gary.
Was like,
This is a whole new side to you.
dude, you didn't watch Baywatch, and then to see
No,
Right?
Gary, no. Gary.
Then see
went,
her in
I
that
went to the
later on?
beach. I went to
Yo.
the beach trying to find the girls at Baywatch.
yeah, the
remember
Jersey
watching
Beach.
movies-
Okay,
I remember watching movies like that just for
Jersey
the
Shore.
fucking sex scenes like that, Gary. You ever seen Single White Female?
it's.
Yeah, I
I
saw that.
actually never watched
Yeah,
that.
That's back in
Yo,
the day.
when she fucking
remember
chops her hair off to look like the other bitch and she goes to suck the guy's dick, I must have rewind that fucking thing like 10 times. The guy's getting head. He thinks it's his girl. It's not his girl. It's the other chick who fucking cut her hair off. And he's like, she like nuts in her mouth and everything.
And this was a movie? Like, it was a regular
This is
R
Single
movie?
White Female.
It's not
Yeah.
Cinemax?
Yeah. So no, yeah, that was like a popular one back then. I remember it was like a made dough or whatever. Who was in that movie? There was somebody. There was like a known actress, right? That wasn't that.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Maybe. I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
no, no.
No.
Jodie Foster.
I don't remember the fucking
I gotta
bitch.
check out this.
I know that the actress that was in it was somebody that was like known, and it was yeah, I remember that shit being.
Where's Josh Fisher when you need him, man? You not in the fucking chat, bro?
He's out.
Oh man, executive decision. No, I'm gonna have to look that one up because I
Yeah,
didn't.
dude.
I didn't.
It's funny as
If he
shit.
died like early, like I don't. That's not something you kind of like see a lot, like especially like back then. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's
It's awesome.
so
shocking.
let's do a show of hands.
It was Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah.
Steven Weber, I guess, was the.
Steven Weber was the guy getting head.
Yeah, I think.
He was on Wings.
Fucking wings.
Dude, Jennifer.
I don't
That was a
remember
good
a
show.
lot of the stuff in that movie, but I just remember that like when it came out, and it was like people kind of making like a big deal about it. Like, oh, so good. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those thrillers and shit.
Mhm.
Chick was fucking off
It's
the
like
wall.
all they made was movies like that, like
Like Basic Instinct. Like remember when Basic Instinct came out?
Basic
Everybody was on
Instinct,
that
yeah.
shit.
Gary, what was the
Sharon Stone was the shit for a while after that.
moment you remember in Basic Instinct?
The same one we all do.
Yep.
when you get a glimpse of some choach.
Yeah, just like the same scene in
When he was
Total
making
Recall.
the sandwich. That was my.
See now, is this something you remember? Michael Douglas, wasn't he making like a lot of those movies back in the day where he's always fucking banging like his co-star and shit? Like, did you notice that? Like all the movies he
Romancing
made,
the Stone.
he was always just like, I don't know. For some reason, that was something I remembered from back then. I'm like, oh, this dude is always fucking kissing up and banging like the
Dude,
co-star,
he's Michael
yeah,
Douglas,
It's
of
always
course.
some sort of fatal attraction sort of thing.
some shit like that. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Jewel
I'm
of
like-
the Nile.
I'm like, it's in this dude's contract that he has to be like banging the fucking co-star in the film.
Jose,
You know?
one actor I always remembered. Jose, one actor I always remembered that was like that. It's like whenever I saw him in a movie, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna see some tits and ass." It was Stephen Baldwin. He was always boning his co-star in a movie. I don't. There is this movie. I think it was him. I think it was Sharon Stone. I can't remember, but he like lived in this like high-tech apartment building where he could like see everybody's apartment. It was all hooked up to everybody. He was hooked up to all the security cameras or something.
Oh yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
I forget
I've seen
what
it.
was that?
I know
That
it's
was like 1993. That's gonna bug me.
at 20,
Sliver.
27 minutes and
Sliver.
53
Yeah.
seconds.
Framer put it in there.
Sliver. Oh man, Halle Berry, Swordfish. Swordfish. She just showed like titties in that,
Oh.
right? What was the other movie? Monsters Ball. She was banged.
Yeah.
She banged fucking that dude. What's his name?
Yeah, but
Billy
they had
Bob
the clothes
Thornton.
on half
Billy
the
Bob
time,
Thornton.
right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that shit looked fucking crazy. Like that scene in what was it, Monsters Ball? Like that was like whoa. You know,
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, but she looked her best, I think, in the last Boy Scout with Damon Wayans.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Halle Berry was in Last Boy Scout.
She sure was. Yep.
Was it a young Halle Berry?
Well, I mean, that movie was made in 1991, so it was a while ago.
I got those keys that she was
That's
She
explosive.
hasn't aged, bro. She looks the same.
Halle Berry.
Remember, I got those explosive keys. When you threw
I
the
don't
keys in
even
the fire.
remember that.
Come on.
I remember
Yep.
that movie, but I just don't remember anything from it. Don't remember
5-liter Mustang.
Well, you
All
can
I think
remember all
about
the
now is
cars.
all the fucking tit scenes in all these movies. We were supposed to talk about the action heroes, weren't we?
Yeah.
This is the shit that stood out when we were fucking teenagers with raging hormones, right?
You guys remember this movie with Ray Liotta and I think it was Kurt Russell. It was Unlawful Entry,
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
and
yeah, I
Ray Liotta plays like a crooked cop, and he's
Yeah.
fucking that fucking prostitute in the cop car.
I don't remember this.
That was a rewind scene for me, bro. I was stuck in Puerto Rico for 3 months. On summer vacation, fucking 13 years old with no porn, and that's all I had was that movie, Unlawful Entry, and Single White Female, bro. I was watching those movies.
Was that your first anal experience on Lawful Entry?
that and his imagination.
Jesus. Ugh.
Damn, Gary, you're right. Sliver was 1993.
Yeah.
Dave's pretend banging hookers.
Hey, yeah, sometimes it's just a situation. You need a story and a situation to get you going. That's it.
Well,
my
If that's where this is going, I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Antichrist.
No. Well, it doesn't.
Crazy.
Has Willem Dafoe is in it, and then some other.
Oh, I think so.
the
Was it
beginning-
like an indie movie?
Yeah,
Antichrist.
Yeah,
I think
That
so.
was a good caffeine.
think so.
I
Like
can't
the
watch
movie
those
opens up with like full penetration.
Really?
Yes, I saw
That,
it.
What?
You know, like,
Yes.
what do you think? A penis and a vagina, Dom?
It was like an indie film. I know, wasn't like the shit. Like I remember, like wasn't like the dude like getting jerked off, like, and he like was like he came like
What?
blood or something. Like he was getting jerked off with like some like thorns around.
Yeah,
like,
she like tortured the fuck out of him.
yeah. It was crazy. That shit was crazy. I
Stuck
saw that
a-
shit years ago.
Stuck on those fucking like the hand crank drill through his fucking leg, and then like jerked him off until he bled.
Yeah,
Fucking insane.
yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Guys.
And
That
indie,
movie-
it was an independent film that you would probably be like, damn, like Willem Dafoe, like that dude's like a known actor, like doing some shit like this. But yeah, like that was, one of those indie artsy, type films. It was kind of crazy. I know what you're talking about. What was the name of it again?
The Antichrist.
The Antichrist. Yeah, I think I saw it like 4 or 5 years ago.
It's a really fucking good movie, though. If you can stand that type of shit. It's fucking
Yeah. A little off the wall.
yeah. My movie taste is probably way out there. Like we used to, one of the movie theaters around here would have like an after dark thing, and they would play like the Faces of Death.
Oh, I was just gonna ask about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
nonsense.
So we would go.
I've seen those. I used to rent those from fucking the video store.
Yeah, dude.
Remember when we used to fucking have to do that? Rent fucking movies from the video store. I used to fucking rent those because that was really, before internet where, shit is easily accessible now.
What?
Everything's at your fingertips. That's what you had to fucking do to see shit like that.
So Antichrist, a married couple having sex and their infant son and the nearby woman falls out the window to his death.
Yep. And then he's like some sort of psychiatrist or something and takes her to a cabin to try and like get her to cope with it. But she goes completely fucking
By
insane.
sucking his dick.
All types of shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucked.
Where does the Antichrist come into it?
She is, or I don't know. There's a lot of religious undertone
I got you.
parts to it. I mean, there's like time lapsed videos of like animals falling and dying and
See, now that you say that, like
decaying.
you brought that up. Like there was like a movie like recently.
That sounds very mythic.
There was a movie that came out recently. I don't know if it's called Her or Woman or something like that. Like that, it's supposed to be like I don't know, like a kind of like a retelling of like some type of like religious type tale, or it's supposed to like be an allegory for I don't know, like just like a couple in a house. The woman's like pregnant or something. Like I don't know. Like if I get details, like I don't mean to bring it up without really knowing much about it. But the way you brought up the Antichrist and it being like that type of movie, there's another movie that came out recently, and I don't know if it came out in theaters. I think it might have. Just don't think it was like widely known or widely released. But the premise of the movie was just like out there, and it was just like whoa, like, and it's just something I know when I read about it, I was like, man, I need to see that. Definitely need to see that. If I remind myself of that, then I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Might be worth it.
Her was that iPhone movie with
Yes.
Joaquin
Joaquin
Phoenix
Phoenix.
falling in
Yeah,
love with
that's it,
Scarlett
yep.
Johansson. So that wasn't it, right?
No,
Dude,
that's
I can
not
fall-
it. Definitely not it.
Yeah, I
no.
can fall in love with her voice.
Yeah, okay.
It was.
I said her, like I didn't know that was a movie title. That's
That's
an
a
actual.
movie, Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Damn, man, I need to fucking get the name of this shit. I really do. I forgot who was in it. I think it had like somebody. There's at least one well-known actor in it. And it's like, I don't know, like they're fixing up a house. They just moved into the house. There's like neighbors that come through, but everything that kind of like happens is supposed to be like an allegory for something. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just real kind of like off the wall, and kind of like the way it ends, it kind of has like a crazy ending, and everything kind of like restart. Thinking Mother. Jim Hogg said Mother. I think that's it. And True Star Screamer said Mother. I think that's it. I think that's the movie. Jennifer Lawrence. Yep. Yep. That's it.
Jennifer Lawrence is in it?
Yeah, that's why I was like, yo, I know there's like a known actress in it, but it was like it's not a movie that seemed like it got a lot of mainstream attention. But I do know like it was like kind of like powerful, like what the movie was like about. Mother, they got it.
I just killed a man.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I heard it was kind of crazy. Did you? There's another one. I gotta think of the name. It's right like on the tip of my tongue. Hard Candy.
Hard Candy?
You ever seen that?
No.
Anybody in the chat? Hard Candy. That's the name of the film. That was another kind of crazy one back in the day.
Oh no. He said, "Is that Darren Aronofsky? Is that Mother? Maybe.
I guess that's the director of Mother. Yeah.
I was like, you started explaining this and how it was all crazy and shit, and I went right for Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, dude, yo, Requiem for a fucking Dream was crazy.
You want to talk about like a movie that's gonna make you go fucking kill yourself? That's
with one of the Wayans brothers, right? In that movie.
Yeah. You've seen that? Dave, you seen that movie?
Yeah,
that shit was
back
crazy.
in the day, I saw that.
The dude kept selling his mom's TV to get fucking drugs and shit. Like, yo,
How many times did he sell it?
And nothing works out at the end, dude.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah. Watch it. That movie's I think I got that on Blu-ray. That's actually on the shelf. Yes, I got it right there. I haven't watched it in a long time though, so I'm gonna have to just give that another watch.
But yeah, just like True Star Screamer said, Darren Aronofsky, he does some fucking crazy films.
Yeah, so Mother, I'm glad they were able to catch that. So Mother, I definitely want to see it because everything I read about it was just like, whoa, you know. So, I'll check that out. The mom getting hooked on pain pills, sad as fuck. Adams Nitron said in the chat.
Yeah, if you want to see nuts, watch the director's cut of Ichi the Killer. Yeah, I agree. True Star.
Ichi the Killer.
Yep.
I just watched what was the fucking...
He does a lot of like just fucking. It's a they're like Cantonese or something of that nature. You know what I mean? They're like an Asian sort of film or whatever. I think they're Cantonese, but yeah, he does some crazy shit. He just did Blade of the Immortal. It was like his 100th film or something, but yeah, Ichi the Killer is, and watch the director's cut. It's
Ichi the Killer.
Up.
Sounds interesting. I just watched the Raid Redemption recently. It was one of those like foreign films. That shit was kind of crazy.
Yeah. This is a superhero movie. So, kind of, I guess you can put it in that kind of category, just in a very perverse way. Yeah, it's fucked.
Hopefully, it's easily accessible. I'll try to look it up. I'll try to look that up.
It should be. I found it not too long ago on Blu-ray, and I think it has like 3 different versions of the movie.
All right, sweet. All right, let's start up this question game. I hope you guys are ready. We didn't do this last week. Brian Brink was missing. We were ready to do it though, but we had a nice conversation. Done it, right? We could have. It was going to work out. But we had such a nice show and stuff. I felt like we should wrap it up where we was at. Let's get it going.
To talk about that night. So
construct the bats. Get it all out of your system, Dave.
okay,
what are you messing with right there, Dave? Which figure is that? That looks like an MMC.
It looks like a Constructabot.
You said it.
Are you gonna get that other one, that roller looking figure? I think
the roller one, yes, but not the prime, not the one that's supposed to be the prime. Because they have like how many, 3 or 4 fucking versions of this thing.
Yeah.
But the roller one looks nice.
It does look pretty cool. 13 Assassins was fucked up.
Clockwork Orange is classic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like
what was
13 Assassins.
It
was good.
Anything from
Assassins?
Anything from God damn it, now I'm not gonna remember his name. fucking Shining and Clockwork Orange. What the fuck?
What was it? The
Stanley
other one that came
Kubrick.
out?
Stanley Kubrick.
Mhm.
Thank you. Anything
Yes.
else? Good.
This stuff is good.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. I remember Ninja 13 Assassin. There was another one that came out a few years ago called like Ninja like Assassin or something like that. Which is
Yeah, that
kinda
one was
like
super bloody. That
yeah,
one.
yeah, it was pretty
Like-
badass.
With like CG blood. I just remember it was like excessive. Like every sword swipe.
It was over the top. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I
one.
kind of like I dug it. I did dig it though.
Do you dig it?
Do you dig it? All right, so Brink, Dom, Dave, you're up this week.
Oh shit.
So I hope you're ready. Come up with one on the fly. I'll give you some time. Dom, you ready?
Can you go last? Can I go last?
He's like, can I go last? And a John Addict, you ready? He's
Nah,
like, can I
bro,
go?
I'm ready.
Can I go last? He's like, can I go second to last?
Who else?
Brian Brink. Brian Brink is the one that he.
Yeah,
puts-
fucking Brian
does
go.
the-
He missed
He
you.
does the screen share. He puts it up, and we're expecting him to be the first one ready for the questions. Is that a little bit too much to ask? I don't know.
No,
I'm
Brian's
Brian's last
Brian's a
week.
different
He goes
man
first.
today. He has no hat on.
Oh,
Fancy with his hair.
Combed his hair and shit.
What?
I just got a haircut, so I figured why ruin it with a hat? New girl, new shampoo girl today. It's good stuff.
Ooh,
Oh.
wee.
She was running those fingers through your hair.
Yeah,
She used
had a nose
conditioner.
ring.
Moisturizing your scalp.
A nose ring? Is that a turn on or a turn
She had a
off?
turn off.
It's interesting to look at. You know, it makes me
Not
wonder.
He's like, I wonder how that would feel at the tip of my.
It piques the interest.
Piques the interest.
I'm
What?
sorry. I
Are
don't
you
mean to.
wondering what else is pierced on her body?
Never know.
Nope. Don't want to know.
Leave it up to the imagination, or,
Yep.
or would you rather fucking know for sure?
I don't know. There's just something about like how weird would that be? Dom's like Mr. fucking Prince Albert and all the way the fuck down his shit.
Now
Hey,
that's
he's the one who brought that up. So
that's the scariest thing we talked about all night, right?
Oh my god, rib
Oh.
for pleasure, right?
Jesus.
barbell.
It's that completionist attitude Dom has that, like, started and he couldn't stop.
Yep.
He's like, I gotta get my whole shit blinged out, not just the tip.
I thought, Gary, I thought you're the one that had the earring.
I did in 1995 in my
Yeah, well,
ear
I never had one because earrings are for girls.
because you were scared. It's gonna hurt too bad.
That's how I feel.
Scared.
Apate is like, yeah, talking about Prince Albert somehow.
These guys are stupid.
Tyler said the
Thank God
same
this is
shit.
my,
Wait, JD, you
God,
never
this
had
is my
none
last.
here?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. You got your bulls
fuck outta
tattooed, but you
here.
don't
I
have
don't
no
wear-
ears?
I don't
Yeah,
wear
exactly.
Your bowl tattooed and not your ears.
No. I don't wear jewelry at all.
All right. So who's up? Who's gonna go first?
I think
I,
it's
gave
me.
y'all, I was stolen. I gave y'all time. I gave
I
y'all
think-
fucking
is it
time
me?
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you
first.
won.
then.
There you go. Go for
All
it.
right.
Go ahead,
So
go
my,
for it.
this is the question for the chat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Question for the chat.
Question for the chat.
Misdirection.
Josh,
Misdirection.
Josh is
Right.
ready.
Misdirection warning.
He's ready to win right now.
So it's Christmas related because it's that time of year.
Easter Bunny.
So it's about one of my favorite Christmas movies. I like it because it's short, gets to the point. You get it's highly interesting, great plot, nice, heart jerking moment type of thing. It's good stuff.
Die Hard.
No.
Heart jerking.
So there's this guy who lives on top of a mountain, right?
Yeah, he does.
And he's I don't he's a bit of a sourpuss, kind of thing.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
So anyway, there's this village of people that live below him, and he's just setting out to ruin their holiday.
Yes, he is.
And it's a damn shame. And so he goes, he does all this stuff, and then he finishes his plundering of their stuff at night.
Chat, fucking funny.
And So anyway, when he's done, it turns out he doesn't ruin these people's holiday. And holy shit, this chat is going crazy. And someone actually took one of the answers already. Damn, that's messed up.
Switch the question up.
Yeah. So anyway,
You gotta misdirect your misdirect.
Directions, yeah.
what? I have to misdirect my own misdirection.
Exactly.
So anyway, at the end, you know, when he finally has the change of heart, his heart grows a certain amount of times. How many times did it grow in that particular time frame?
Oh,
I know.
Which story are we referencing?
I know.
Is there a certain version that we're supposed to be like know about? Is it
This would be the
The
original
true
Dr.
version. The Dr. Seuss version.
the Dr. Seuss original version? Oh, we're getting them. I don't know the answer, so you guys.
I don't know the answer either. So.
Oh fuck!
Hold on, let me go to Google to look at the answer.
Google it so we got to see who wins.
But my original question was going to be, what was his dog's name? And Brick's already fucking put it in there.
Oh shit, that's fucking great. They're just throwing out every fucking kind of possible fucking answer, illusion, whatever, and somebody actually got it. That's hilarious.
I can't see back at a certain point.
I'm gonna have to scroll back. There's so many answers.
It's a trick
8
question.
times, 4 times, 6 times,
It
3
grew
times.
3 sizes that day.
3
Who was the
sizes.
first? Who was the first person to see say 3?
It's Jim. Jim Hot got it. He's won before too. Awesome, Jim. Jim got it.
Jim got it. All right.
Yeah.
You didn't even know.
Wow. I see 4 sizes, 6 times, 10 times.
All right, Jim. Pick a number.
Pick a number, Jim. You know how it goes.
He picks number 7.
He's on top
7.
of this.
What a prize!
What a prize! Hey.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Did he hit some
What-
prize?
What brand of cupcake are you sending them? I sent them Hostess last time.
I got him something I picked up from a main gas station, believe it or not. So you win a prize.
Sushi.
He's gonna get a gas station pastry. Who knows?
California rolls from a gas station.
Oh man, lucky number 7, win a prize. That's
New
awesome.
car smell.
Oh, so Brian Brink, do you want to forfeit your question to us, or are you gonna ask it anyway?
Oh, all right. Question. Oh, another question. All right. So there's this Christmas movie. No, just kidding. All right.
3.
So you guys are familiar with the term candid, right? Like candid camera. So basically, you're being kind of caught out of your element. If someone were to take a candid picture of you, you know, throughout a generic day, what might they have caught you doing?
Just jerking off.
Scratching my balls.
Is that something that you do like most of the day? Or
When nobody's looking,
when no one's looking?
probably trying to scratch my
70%.
balls.
Candid. Interesting. Interesting. Candid. Just on the couch. You see this sectional right behind me?
Yeah.
Playing a video game or fucking, you know what I'm saying, watching TV with Asia on my lap. Because that's pretty much what it is most of the time. Between work and home, you know what I'm saying? Either it's gonna be me at my desk
Peanut
working,
butter.
you know, you know, at the computer, or just me like laying on the couch behind me here. So most times, or you know, in the street commuting in between locations.
Man,
All right.
that's interesting.
Boring answer, but that's interesting. All right. Anybody else?
I think for me, I would say, and I'm going to be very cautious when I say it this way, but I
Tits.
probably Listen, no, Dom. It would be talking to myself. I'm thinking of like a work day, and it's not like I'm having a conversation, but as I'm planning out like the next 3 to 5 tasks I have to do in a specific order as I like walk around my facility, and who I have to engage, and I'll kind of say, okay, I'll just be thinking about it out loud, and like kind of what I'm doing. So
come on, Gary. You're supposed to go over there and make a copy. Make a copy, Gary. Okay, I'll make a copy. I'm sorry. Like, is it that type of talking to yourself, or is it like?
No, it's not quite like that.
Okay.
But
Gary looks in the mirror. He goes, "You're a star. I'm a star. I'm a big shiny star."
Exactly.
Look at those triceps. It grew at least 2 more inches.
I pull a Tim Roth in Reservoir Dogs and look at myself and say, "Listen, you can do this. You're not going to get hurt because you're super fucking cool." And I go about my day.
Glad somebody thinks that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's fucking making his comeback, Dave. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of
Small steps.
dude. You don't do anything small.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Why
I
are you
really don't
laughing?
know.
I thought that was a compliment.
It could be actually.
Take it how you will.
I go big or go home.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Horse patties.
Next time, put a bow on it, Gary. Okay.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. What am I? What can? I don't know. I'm probably sleeping. I'll probably nap. I take power naps during the day. So
Power nap.
yeah,
How long
at my
is power?
desk, I just take
10 minutes,
a
15
10-minute
minutes?
power nap. Just
You're
lay
not off?
back.
I did
off.
that shit today too, bro.
Dude,
So you
power
just
naps
not,
are the
you not back in the chair like this, like
Oh yeah. Well, not with my mouth open. Like, say, Jesus, I'm not catching flies.
Well, apparently, Dom's boss isn't a fan of breaking the mold, so he's not worried about.
Not at all. Not at all. He has 2 kids to worry about. He's he has no
what's his
time.
email? I'll link him.
What's his email?
Exactly. Yeah. Shoot
I don't even know.
hang out.
Nah, it's power nap. You probably find me in a power nap.
Power nap. Nice.
So you're gonna criticize someone planning their day, but then you're gonna take a nap at work. That's great. That's
Gary,
Real productive.
Gary,
Yeah,
it is
exactly.
productive.
Motivating.
Power naps
motivating.
give you that extra energy to keep on going. So
To do what?
Although-
it's essential.
I'm probably
Yeah,
right
that's-
there with you, Dom.
It's essential. Thank you, JD. Now we have something in common.
Yeah. Oh.
Power napping throughout the day.
JD, it doesn't
I did
count
it
when you
like-
wake up at 4:00 in the afternoon.
No. I did it like
What are you talking about?
What time did he respond to our messages? This
4:00 in
today?
the afternoon.
was it that late?
That's when JD woke up.
No, it wasn't.
I'm just catching up on the chat, eating my Cheerios.
It was a Pop-Tart.
There you go. Strawberry?
Yes.
Ah,
Not a Pop-Tart though.
yeah, I got you.
An organic kind, probably.
Yeah.
Toastal strudels.
Nope. Oh man, I wish.
Oh God. And so everybody went.
What's that? But Dave, you gave an answer.
I don't know. I guess I'll go with something embarrassing.
Checking off his left hand backwards.
I mean, that's a
Oh.
given, but that's not every day.
Mhm.
I would say probably like, I'm one of those guys, like when I fart, I lift the leg up a little bit to get it out. So
That's
like,
such a dead giveaway, dude.
get that shit out.
You're giving that the fucking
Walk away.
giving it space.
Who did that?
Who is around you at work?
It's funny because it like in my cubicle, right? My buddy who sits across from me, I was actually telling him today, I'm like, yo, it's fucking lethal over here. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, I'm farting like crazy. He's like, yo, keep that shit over there. So I fucking turned my in to go in his direction.
Wait. How far are you between each other? Like,
Between
is it?
cubicles probably I don't know, about 4 feet.
And your fart can't carry
It
4
could
feet?
probably get there, but guess it wasn't getting. I don't know.
Well, if Dave is farting behind them, you know, it might not travel to the.
Do you
to the
have
guy
a
across
cushion
from
seat?
him, you know?
Is your
Well,
seat cushion or is it like a
Bounces it
plastic?
off the seat.
No, it's cushion, bro. What do you think I'm
cushion.
sitting on? A fucking
I
metal
don't know. Some
chair?
some fucking offices have those new vinyl fucking elastic chairs and shit.
Mm.
He says,
Memory foam.
Top of the line. Top of the line. Let
Josh-
the fucking see.
Josh F said you crop dusted him while he was sitting in his wheelchair.
Probably
Did I remember that?
That fucking, I love that term. The crop dusting. Oh, that's
Wait
so
till he
funny.
gets up and then go fart in his chair and let it like soak in, and then when he sits down in it, I don't know if that would work.
I like
I thought
throwing
you
it
guys- I
like
thought
a
one of you guys-
curveball.
I'm sorry, Don. What'd you say?
I like throwing it like a curveball. Cup it in your hand and just like just throw it across the room and then just wait for the guy to react. And you like all of a sudden 5 seconds later, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, man.
Try it.
Pitching farts.
Yep, pitching fights, man.
I thought for sure one of you guys would say like online shopping for toys or something like that.
That's the first thing that came
That's
to my head, but that's
a
like
given.
given with everyone here.
Yeah.
So it's like-
Yeah. What about you, Brian? Did you answer?
I didn't. Mine was going to be a given. You fucking find me sitting in front of this goddamn laptop on a podcast, but
Just any
Two
random night of the
podcasts. Three podcasts.
no. But it would most likely you find me on a road doing at least 30 miles over the speed limit on any
Yeah.
given road.
Okay, and not stopping for cops, giving the finger.
No, do not give the finger. Never do that. That's so rude, man.
It's so rude. Like not stopping.
That kind of doubles your fine. Doesn't send the right move.
They actually speed up at that time, right? You don't want them to do that.
Oh man! All right, so Dom, Dave, one of you guys, you're next.
You want to go,
You wanna
Dave?
go?
Fight it out! Fight it out!
I'll go.
Fight it out!
So
Okay, go.
we were talking about like nostalgic
Chat.
movies
Chat.
earlier and
Chat
stuff
question.
like that.
Chat question.
Oh, chat question. Fuck. All right, let's
Fucking
make
every week we have to remind you.
Yo, you
when
know
you're
that
dealing with a
dab,
fucking
that dab is
pothead, you gotta
serious, yo.
fucking deal with that shit.
Fucking dealing with like Rain Man.
All right.
It's like, oh, give
I'll
him
make
something
this
easy,
one
bro.
easy and fast. Okay.
Good.
Just lob that shit. Softball.
Technically
Softball.
speaking, who is Commander Cody's father?
Commander Cody's dad.
That's so easy.
You know, I was going back and looking at the chat when I was telling my story. It was fucking hilarious. I feel bad for Bricks now. I stole the win from him for proactively
nobody got
knowing
it
I
yet?
missed it.
Josh
Josh
got it.
got it.
He
course
said
Josh
he's calling for a revote. he answered the fucking question. He didn't know. He answered fucking. He didn't know the question. That was fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
Josh
God.
got it.
Yeah, he's first.
So pick a number, dude.
Sport and misretracted a message. Ooh, I'm curious now. Who got it?
Getting self-conscious.
Who do you think?
Sportimus is being a bad boy, probably.
Django.
He said number 8. Josh.
Josh got it. Fucking Josh, yo.
He's
Number
thinking.
8. Oh, see, that's
Oh, he's thinking like Brian combined them together.
yeah. That's not
Jim
bad
Marto.
strategy. That's
Did you
not
see
bad
Jim?
strategy.
Jim goes couldn't stump Josh on that one.
It's so foul. All right, so it's
That's
asked
a
the
good
host question, right?
Yo,
Yeah.
Give Josh a break, you know?
So we were talking about, like older movies and nostalgia and shit like that earlier. Fucking older flicks. What movie as a child scared the life out of you that you watched it, but you were scared shit of it?
Well, dude, for me, I'll answer that real quick. I know for me, back in the day when I was a kid, I had to be young because you get older and then you just laugh at the shit.
Right.
But the very first Nightmare on Elm Street, always the scariest to me. Just certain scenes, you know what I'm saying? Fucking when Tina getting slashed up in the bedroom, and then when she's getting dragged in the body bag like throughout the school, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh shit. And then The Exorcist. Even though I remember like that movie kind of like being boring and shit like that, like in the whole setup, but those scenes, like in the bedroom with the fucking head turning and the spitting up the fucking shit, that was just like, oof. When you're watching that at 6, or 7 years old, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck, So I think those would probably be my main two, because I don't remember anything else, honestly, like scaring me back then.
I'm gonna say The Dark Crystal.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right, I have to pick another movie.
All right, not to break up what you're saying, JD, but they're doing a prequel to it now, right?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Really?
I told my wife, and she's like, you're not taking me to see that freaky shit.
It's a Netflix thing. I thought.
She's not into horror flicks. She don't like them.
Descendants of the Muppets.
You consider that a horror flick?
It's a Jim Henson film.
I haven't
Jim
seen
Henson film,
Dark
dude.
Crystal. I
Same
don't.
guy.
I don't know if I could recall seeing that.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
that
it's
fucking the old fucking yeah.
Sketskis.
Yeah.
The Gelflings.
And those giant beetle things.
Yep.
Oh, and the guys that like that. What was the long legs? Those fucking things that they.
The Landstriders.
Yeah.
Strider, yep.
Yeah, that movie was freaky.
Some freaky creatures.
The Mystics.
I don't think I've seen that. I remember like
it's like a really, really dark Sesame Street or like Muppets
very
show, Jose, like that's like really creepy because it's all puppets and it's practical effects and stuff like that, so it has a very, very kind of spooky vibe to it for sure.
All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, so I'm gonna admit this, but I get made fun of. That's okay. Because I didn't watch horror movies as a kid. Like I didn't get to see them really. So I would know what they were. Like I would just see them like on the commercials on TV. But I kid you not, like the first couple times I saw E.T., that first scene when Elliot finds him like in the shed in the cornfield and like he's like screaming that like that noise in his like head and stuff. That sound used to just freak me out. And then when he was in the corner, like you would hear him like breathing, like panting. You know what I mean? That just breathing sound. Just like that was a family kids movie, but that particular scene is just a freaking hated it.
Dude, yeah, man. That is scary. No, because he does have that heavy breathing, like he's got a cold, right? He's like, snorting. Oh God, that is a little chilly. Yeah, man.
I have the original stuffed animal. It's like
that little vinyl one.
No. It's like fabric, and you he squeezes one hand, and his finger lights up, his chest lights up, but he does that. He does that shit, and he says like 20 other things.
Of course he does.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. Anybody else?
I will tell you it for me. It's on two fronts, but it's the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Like there's this old animated one.
I just had to do it.
I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? What happened?
Sorry, Gary.
Now I'm not going to be able to fall asleep tonight.
No problem. We have Gary for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Leave the light on, Christina. Leave the light on.
Sorry, Brian. I'm sorry, Brian.
Yeah, it was. I can't find it here on IMDb, but it was The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It was a cartoon. Maybe it was just called The Headless Horseman or whatever.
Either that or it was something Ichabod Crane, Legend of
yeah, maybe that's what it was. But I also had a record to it.
I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, a vinyl record. And fucking that thing they had that one scene where he throws the flaming head pumpkin thing, and I don't know, man. the you know the galloping noise of the horse behind you, like when you're listening to it, it just that shit freaks me out, man.
They didn't have surround sound back then.
Doesn't matter. That sends chills up my back. I have a picture of me. My mom had the record. She kept it in the garage. I have a picture. Oh, I can't. I'll have to find it. But dude, man, scary shit. I remember that record used to scare me so much when I was living with my mom. We had like a record in milk crates or whatever, and they're in the bottom shelf of this shelving unit. And I would flip through the records, you know, and there's like Disco Duck in there and shit like that. And like I could see just the cover of that vinyl record would scare me. And I could see the record coming as I was flipping through, and I would like flip through real quick so I wouldn't have to see it.
Was it the Disney one?
Yeah, it might have been. That fucking sick ass mouse. Kids.
Oh man.
I think everybody knows mine. I spoke about it before, but Killer Clowns, dude. I fucking hated that movie when I was a kid.
Somebody in the chat was like, "Fucking send Dom pics of clowns."
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Killer Clowns. Dude.
I was about to say, like, really?
The fucking cotton candy, and when you pull the cotton candy back, and there was like a fucking bloody head. Oh, just fucked me up as a kid. And then, like, you know, I know that, like, and then just their teeth and their face and just, fucking, just the whole thing. I just didn't like it. Like even seeing that clown, like, in that movie, I was just like, what the fuck are those people doing? Just like, just looking at it, it's just scary. And I'm like, it's not up to any good. Leave.
Are you still scared of clowns to this day?
No. Like, I'm not scared of clowns, but, like, you know, it's just that movie and mostly I don't know, it's the cotton candy scene, like when they would just pull in the cotton candy and there was just bloody body parts just showing up, and it's just, oh god.
So you're not a cotton candy fan?
Yeah, because I think I told you, like, I probably didn't eat cotton candy for like probably 2 years.
Yeah,
that fucking movie. I remember the first time I was offered cotton candy. I'm like, no. I handed it to my brother. I was like, pull some of that cotton candy. Just make sure there's nothing in it.
Make sure there's not a finger coming out. Right?
Oh man, that's funny. All right, was that everybody?
I didn't go.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Is this movie called Troll? If anybody ever seen that movie? Troll?
Yes, I saw it.
So I used to make my parents rent that shit. And they knew, like, I was gonna cry and not go to bed and not see it. And they said, "No, you don't want this." Like, I was like 5 years old. Like, I want it. And I used to watch it to that scene where they're like all in the bushes and they all come out, the little fucking trolls and goblins out the fucking bushes, and they fucking start yelling or screaming or whatever. Or singing. I think they're singing or some shit during the fucking movie. That shit used to freak me the fuck out, but I used to like watching it. Like, you know, like I used to like to be scared. I was like a weird kid. So like when JD said Dark Crystal, that was another one. I used to watch Dark Crystal, but be scared to go to bed after, or watch Labyrinth, and some of that shit used to freak me out.
Oh, Labyrinth, yeah.
The movie The Gate, with those little
the gate was
fucking
scary,
little things, and they fucking run around like this and shit. It still freaks me out if I watch it, but I'm not really scared of it anymore. I'm just like, oh,
fuck, kept the gate open. Look what came through the gate.
Dude, what made that movie The Gate? I think we talked about this once before, maybe, or I don't know, but it was, they'd use like the forced perspective, and instead of being miniatures, they did like, you know, the physics tricks. And those are actual like kids in costume that are like the miniatures. It's really messed up. But that's why their movements look so freaking creepy, because they're real. They're not puppets, and they're not stop motion. They're like real people.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I kind of remember being the same way, Dave. Like, you know, you kind of like, you know, the shit that it was like, they would say was bad for you, or the shit that scared you, but you wanted to see it. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's like you want to see the shit that's like taboo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I found that picture. Are you gonna see? There it is.
Hold on, keep the cam on. Oh man, that's
I
great.
don't
Was
know.
that everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Alright.
another one. I don't remember it now. It's fine.
Dude, but the one scene from Freddy Krueger always scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. But that one scene where that kid like
It's the
falls
first
into
one.
Yeah, it falls into the first one is definitely, but like that one scene, I don't know whether it was the first one, but he falls into the bed and like fucking blood just shoots
That's
out
the first one. Is
That's
that's Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Fucking Johnny Depp. He
Dude,
got pulled into
that
the bed, and then
scene-
you just
that
see that gush of
scene,
blood.
yeah,
fucking
that
out.
scene-
That
Yeah,
shit
makes-
never scared me. You know what used to scare me? I don't know if it was the third one or not. I could be wrong, second or third. When that bitch that used to like working out and she starts
That's
turning
the
into a
third one.
cockroach.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was the
yeah,
And it
third.
starts
No, no,
coming
no,
out
that
of
was
her fucking arms and
that
shit.
was part 4. That was
and then
part
he
4.
squashes her in the fucking
in the Roach Motel.
Yeah. No,
that
that
shit used to
Which
freak
you
me
don't
out.
check out.
is it Poltergeist where the kid goes into the bathroom and his his braces started fucking just like tearing him apart and something? Oh god.
And you know what? In part 3 of Nightmare on Elm Street, even though like that's where I felt like they started to get comical and Freddy started to crack jokes. But the deaf one of the guys that he had him like a marionette, like a puppet.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was, like
yeah.
slicing his skin and using his skin as like the strings and shit. I was like, oh, that's crazy, because you saw it like on his forearms and shit. Like
Yeah.
the skin was being ripped up from his forearms. He's like, you know what I'm
But
saying? Like,
by the time 3 came out, I was a little older, so it's kind of like it didn't
Yeah,
fit. But
and-
like
and-
the first one was like fucking, and he didn't talk through the whole
Yeah,
movie too.
yeah, the first one was like horror, like, and then the second one, it was still like he wasn't cracking jokes yet, you know what I'm saying? And it was the third one where he started to open up and show a little bit more personality, crack the jokes,
Yeah.
and definitely by the fourth and then on, like that was it. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good series. I think Brian said he never saw them. Check those out, Brian. The fucking Nightmare on Elm Street films are
Yeah, I asked people to send me stuff. No one sent me anything.
I'll send. I'll
The time has come and passed.
Yeah, man.
Jose, you need to get real lit and watch fucking Dark Crystal too.
Yeah, yes, I'll check that out.
I think
I'll
I have that on DVDs.
I'll definitely check
play
that
it.
out. All right, so before we get to Dom's question, everybody that's watching the show right now, please do me a favor and fucking hit that like button. Do it right now. Titty smack it,
No, hit it.
Kielbasa smack it.
Oh god.
Do whatever you want to do. Smack it, but just hit that like button for me. Do me a favor, please. And Dom, you are up. What's
Okay,
up?
my screening question. It's I'll keep with Christmas movies.
The chat, remember.
In Die Hard, as the police officer takes the call and pulls into the Quickie Mart that he's
The
at.
police
What
officer.
Twinkies.
the police officer? Yeah,
Ossifer.
the police officer. I think you got shit in your ears, JD. I think you do. I really think you do. You can go, there's this thing called Q-tips that you can clean your fucking ears, and I said officer. Okay, I said officer.
Mhm.
In that Quickie Mart, he's selecting one of my favorite pastries. What pastry was he getting in the Quickie Mart?
For his wife.
For
She's
his wife, yeah, for sure. Don't.
Is it Constructabots?
Snowballs.
Oh, someone got it. It's Constructive bots. Who's so fun? You know Gort. I swear to God, Gort.
Construct the bots
The
combined.
next constructive bots I find at a convention, I'm like, smack with it. I think somebody
what was
got
the
it.
question
It's already.
again, and what's the answer? Who got the answer? Who got the answer?
I think Roland Rage.
Roland Rage.
Yeah, got it. Pick a number, Roland.
Rage. Pick a number.
I just had the Run DMC song stuck
Dude,
in
I'm
my
gonna tell
head.
you, if somebody gets a prize, they're gonna get a sweet prize.
Oh, nice. Look at you.
Ooh, he's feeling generous. It's fucking.
It was.
Christmas
I'm just paying
next
it. I'm,
week.
I'm paying it forward. Somebody gave me. Someone really treated me with something, and they didn't have to, and I'm just gonna pay it forward.
Guys, I've recused myself from this podcast. I'm gonna fucking put an answer in there right now.
21.
Oh no!
Chooses 21 for the construct the
Next
bots.
And actually, they were constructed bots. No.
All right,
Ask a
everyone.
question.
Here's where the other two were. They're 15 and 24.
Whoa.
Close, Roland. Close. My question to the panel is where your first kiss. Where did it take place?
First kiss.
Yeah, first kiss.
Fuck. All right.
And I know your answers already, Jay. I know it was in the penitentiary. So.
Who?
Did that me?
Yeah, Dave.
That's fucked up.
I'll go first. Mine was at the YMCA in the racquetball courts.
What was his name?
Wow. Bruno.
I used to, when I was younger, so my dad would put me in a summer camp at the YMCA during the summer, of all times, of course. And there's this one time where basically they put all the kids together and like took them to the park, whatever. And me and this girl, Donna, stayed behind, hung out in the racquetball court area. It's a good time.
Brinkalizer.
Donna.
So
Good
we're
time,
talking
bro.
first makeout session, right? Not like tap kiss or anything like that.
No, yeah. But,
Your first fucking kiss, Dave, not your first rape, okay? Come on.
Jeez.
damn.
Damn.
Damn, bro, this guy's on a
God
fucking roll.
He said not your first rape.
First base, Dave. First fucking base. Not rounding the whole fucking, not rounding
I was
third.
kissing girls at 4 or 5 years old, and
I'm
the
sure
tap
you
kissing
were. I'm
girls.
sure.
I don't remember that. I remember the first time I made out with somebody.
Your mother and sister don't count. Come on, let's go.
Damn, dude.
Fucking asshole.
Oh my god.
Tap kiss. Yeah, I got something that you can tap kiss.
Oh, we've all tap kissed. Fucking. Let me see that. I think my first time was. It was pretty much like across the street from where I lived. Basically, like my junior high or whatever. Like the school that I went to from kindergarten to 5th grade. Right across the street.
Was it like a girl that you've been dating, or was it like a girl that you liked? And
nope, it was actually just a girl from the neighborhood. She just lived a couple of buildings over, and seen her like before, but didn't know that she had like any kind of interest. And it was funny because it was me and my cousin. We were just hanging out. We were just bullshitting, and it was like her and her sister, and like the sister was kind of like liking me, and my cousin was feeling the girl that liked me. But she was straight up and was like, yo, like she told my cousin, she was like, yo, I'm feeling like your cousin, like your boy and whatever. So my cousin was just like, yo, my dude, she's feeling you. And I was like, yo, like you liked her. No, that's the one that you wanted to talk to. He's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever. Go ahead. Talk to her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. So whatever. So I honestly didn't know her, just noticed her from the neighborhood, but didn't really see her for that long. Didn't have like any kind of interest in pursuing her. Just kind of saw her occasionally, but never really gave her a thought.
So who made the first move? Did she or you?
She did. So it was like that. So my cousin was trying to rap to her, but she was feeling me, and she told him that. So he came to me and was like, yo, she's feeling you. She don't want me. She's feeling you. So talk to her. But I was so like fucking introverted back then, and like I didn't have like that gift of gab, like chatting up girls, like, so to me, it was kind of like weird, like a new experience. So I was like, okay. So he was like, yo, talk to her. She wants, and I was like, no, dude, like you wanted to talk to her. He's like, no, she's feeling you. Go ahead. Don't worry about me. So I was like, all right. And then she was just open. Like I was like, hey, what's up? Da 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 da. And like, she literally just came up and started like kissing me. And like making out, and that was kind of like my first experience. I wasn't really like versed in that. I had braces at the time. Like again, like I said, I was fucking super down on myself. So that was like she basically like opened my world. I guess you could say, like, you know what I'm saying, because I was like inexperienced, I didn't really know anything, and she was like, hey, what's up? She was very straightforward, straight up. Oh, I'm feeling you. Made out with me like right then and there. I was like, oh wow, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a fucking girl's tongue in my mouth. Holy shit. I think I was probably like 15, 14 or 15 at the time. And I was like, oh shit. And then we were together like for a little bit. We spoke, and she basically was the one that
What? She
Gave-
went for
gave-
it all, huh? She
gave
went to-
me she gave me
She came back for seconds.
Yeah. She
Wow.
was my learning curve, basically.
Oh, wow.
It was fun, and it was just like, and it was just surprising because, like I said, I'm like, I'm figuring, okay, like, all right, you got to chat them up, and then take them out on a date, and then maybe you get this, you get that. Like, it was like, no, she was like, boom, boom, boom. She was the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of
That's nice.
It was
That's
cool.
always nice.
It was cool. Yeah, because I was the shy one. Like I said,
Yeah.
introverted, didn't know how to talk to girls.
It's
down on
nice to
myself.
experience a woman who like wants you and comes after you like a
Yeah.
tiger.
Exactly. So that's what that was basically.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My story is similar to Jose's.
Ooh.
I was like,
Same girl. Same girl. That's great.
Yeah. I don't know.
Possibly.
What was her name today?
Liz.
Well, it's close. It's close.
Elizabeth.
No, I was probably 12.
Wow. What grade is that?
Dude, I don't even know.
6.
Sixth grade?
Yeah.
Sixth grade. So there was like this neighbor girl, and her dad had like literally their basement was a huge arcade, and like I'd go over there and hang out, you know what I mean, and play arcades and stuff like that.
So you were horny already, JD.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, and this girl's friend kind of showed me what was what. So
Oh.
yeah, and then we kind of dated for a couple weeks, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Dude, that stuff's the best. Like, I wish I could be a kid again, going
Yeah.
and doing that stuff again.
Yeah,
The innocence of it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that idea.
Now it's like, Dave, when do we fuck? Let's go fuck right now.
What do you mean you don't suck dick? What do you mean you don't suck dick, bitch? Get the fuck out of here.
Back in the day, Dave, like if you were ever like fucking out there and you were rapping to a chick, she had a kid. It's like, all right, she fucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You
I have stories, bro, about that.
Stop, you should have said, when's the first time you fucked a pregnant bitch? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But you're not.
I'm not, but I'm not. Might as
You want to
well
go, Dave?
right?
You want to go, Dave?
Yeah. So, I mean, so the reason I asked that question before, like tap kiss, like growing up, like we used to always hang out, like girls and guys. I'm talking 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, whoever was on the block. So we used to play like spin the bottle and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was tap kissing girls since I was like 10 or 8 or whatever the case may be. But the first time I ever made out with a girl was in 5th grade. I was 11 years old, and my parents used to work, 9 to 5 jobs, or my dad was barely home because, retired cop and shit. So he was hardly in the house. So I used to always have people over. So, at that age, I used to just come home at 11 and just fucking take care of myself. So I had a girl come over with her friend, and we were dating. It was my girlfriend for like a few weeks, right? And what happened was we went to make out, and I remember we were in front of my refrigerator in my kitchen. She was getting ready to leave, and we went to make out, and like I guess I didn't know what I was doing because I had never made out with a girl, so I bit her tongue. And she's like, "Ow!" And I'm like, "I'm sorry. Like, can we try again?" Second time wasn't that much better. Like, it was like even worse. Like, like I was like shoving my tongue down her fucking mouth, and she's like, "Oh," like choking on my tongue and shit. It was just horrible. I remember like the girl she was with, I'm still friends with her to this day. Like, we still talk. We were friends since kindergarten. And I remember her making fun of me like the next day at school and telling everybody, Dave doesn't know how to make out or whatever. I was like, "Oh, fuck you fucking little bitch." And all that.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was,
I will destroy you.
Yeah. And no, honest to God, like the girl that I wound up was dating, and then they made fun of me the next day at school. Like, I made the rest of her fucking school like I had other girls picking on her and shit like that.
evil
Like,
little
it was
kid.
some bad shit, but my first kiss was pretty fucking horrible. Like,
Oh man.
I guess it's my turn. My first kiss was with my girlfriend, 6th grade. So I was pretty much 12, 13. And I basically was walking her home. She lived right close to the school.
you were 13 in 6th grade, makes a lot of sense now.
12. It's just fucking unbelievable.
17.
I was 17 years old.
6th grade.
In 5th grade. You know, fucking the alphabet's really fucking hard, Couldn't get that shit. Basically, walking her home. She lived close to the school, and I usually walked her home, and then was able to run back and catch the bus. And where her house, like where her the property started, where the houses were, there was a line of like these tall bushes, and I would usually just walk her through those bushes, and we say goodbye, and she goes her way. I run through the bushes and basically back to the box, and don't get any ideas.
Bushes,
and then
boxes,
boxes, bushes,
stuff.
So basically, I would think it was like a week into our relationship, if you want to call it that, and walked her to her, past the bushes. As I said goodbye, I walked through the bushes, and she's like, calls my name, and I like kind of like peeked my head through, and like half like my upper body through the bushes, and she gave me a kiss. Basically, that's how it happened.
That's so sweet.
That's so nice.
I was kissing her, and then basically ran back to the bus as the happiest kid I can possibly be, and told my friend, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe what the fuck happened."
Isn't that the takeaway though? Like, I think we could all safely say that. Like, after that first time, like, weren't we all happy as fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Dude, I had a sprint in my step.
Spring, not sprint.
Yes, you meant it. Thank you.
Yeah, Dom, come on. We haven't sprinted since we were kids.
Trust me, man. My mind was blown because, like I said, that girl, she was the aggressor, and she, she taught me my shit. I was a quick learner, but she was like even like licking like my braces, like type shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I always thought like getting braces as a kid. I remember being so upset because I'm like, man. Like, I was so down on myself. I'm like, I have to get braces. Like, this is going to make me even more attractive. And my sister was like, no, like, think about it. Like, it's an improvement. Like, that's something you're doing to better yourself. Like, I would think, like, any girl that sees that would think, like, hey, like, that would be like a good thing, like type thing. And I'm like, oh, it's going to make me more ugly. Like, this chick used to lick my fucking braces on like my teeth. Like, that's just kind of like how like out there and like open
freaky.
like she was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's like,
kind of
let
weird.
me clean you up, breakfast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't give a fuck about
taste those
that.
Pop-Tarts that you ate.
Jose, did she have an older sister? I bet her older sister was telling her all those things to do.
Yeah.
The sister was younger, and it was her sister that wanted to be with me, and like, you know what I'm saying. And I was like, no, like I was digging her, but my cousin was feeling her, so I was like, but she was feeling me, so it all worked out.
The funny thing is that the girl that I had my first kiss with, like Dave said, I eventually. We all went to the same school, going to high school, and I met her, I was friends with her in high school and stuff like that. But like in college, I came back my freshman year, and we would go out to clubs and parties and stuff like that. And I ran into her again, and we actually hooked up once again. And it just made it like just hooking up again, kind of like just gave me that giggly feeling that like, it was her, she was the first one, and I'm here standing in front of her again, hooking up with her again. So,
Dom, what she look like now?
She's beautiful. She's 6'4", Dave. Like, she's tall.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah. She's a tall girl.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm 6'4", and when usually I dated mostly girls that are shorter than me, but when you actually, like, for a tall guy like me dating a girl that's my same height, it's just It's different. It's completely different.
You could have made some basketball babies with that one. You know what I mean? You could have had a basketball team. Like,
you have no idea.
Does that make the 69 easier or harder? I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
All right, so good stuff. All right, guys, I think we could probably wrap on that. That was pretty awesome. I love that stuff. I love the question game. It's pretty cool. All right, so with that, we'll call it a night. Thank you to everybody in the chat, hanging, watching, participating. We really do appreciate that. Before we head out for the night, let's just run down the line, get somewhere you at. Brian Brink, start with you, brother.
Find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups, at Brinklizer on Instagram, and Mythic Broke.
Broke.
Drop the fig.
No, he means his wallet.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
Broke.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
shit. Yeah, I saw the stairway.
Yes.
Mythically
I could understand
drained.
why. All right, Big Dom.
You can find me at Dominic Rosso in the groups and here Tuesday nights with these guys. And I don't know, probably buying constructed bots at a local toy store. Yeah, if anybody got constructed bots, send them my way, man. I'm going to collect all the fucking constructed bots.
be careful what you wish for, bro.
Yeah,
Send them
exactly.
my way.
Be careful what you wish for.
Robert D.
The realm is funny like that.
Yeah, no, send them my way so I can.
Construct the bots combined.
Please.
All right.
Begging you. I need a lot more constructed bots in my life.
All right. Energon Addict.
Yeah, find me on Instagram, Energon Addict, David Colon in the Facebook groups here on Tuesdays. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. This is what Breaking the Mold does when we don't have a topic. We just talk a lot of shit, but hope you found it funny. I had a good time with these guys.
Fuck
Oh,
it.
fuck, it's a topic.
Fuck a topic. Fuck your topic.
And if you don't hear me again before the holidays, I hope everybody has a great holiday. Be safe out there. Remember that you have friends, you have family here, so whether or not you're spending the holidays with anybody, you could always reach out to us and reach out, spread the fucking cheer and have a laugh or whatever the case may be. I'm sure you'll hear from us before Christmas, but we'll see.
All right. All right up. Good sentiments there, brother. All right, G Money.
Dude, that's like impossible to follow. There's nothing I can say. It's like, way to go. It's So Gary Allen in the Facebook groups, and we got the ROC. The group is ROC Health and Fitness. So let me know if you're interested, and we'll see if we get things rolling here on the 1st.
All right. JD.
Well, everything Dave said, except you can find me at JD Brocious in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Every Tuesday here, these beautiful, beautiful men, and every other Wednesday on Figga Bangin'.
Figga Bangin'. That'll be next week, right?
That was something I learned. I thought it was the belly button for the longest time.
Any or howdy.
I learned.
Really? That's a different stank.
Totally, dude. I was a naive little fuck.
JD did it in the belly button, went to his friends. Yo, smell it. Yo. And the kids are like, whoa.
Oh my god. All right, guys. And that's for myself, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all over social media at HarricanBX. Here every single Tuesday night with these guys that I love so much. And don't forget to check out Verbally Challenged with HarricanBX on all audio platforms. All right, guys, before we head out for this evening, remember to check out Crashbox Customs, the official Mezco supplier of the realm of collectors. Visit Crashbox Customs on social media for all your Mezco, 112, and diorama needs. And be sure to mention the word realm when placing an order for a surprise gift with your purchase. All right, realmofcollectors.com. Check it out. We're on Facebook as a group, Realm of Collectors, on Instagram at Realm of Collectors. BTM is a proud part of the Cool Table, so please pull up a chair, a network hub for like-minded podcasts, including Enter the Realm, Plastic Fanatics, Shattercast Uncut, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Beer and Bolters 40K, Stasis Lock 8 Weeks, Building Up to It, and Fresh Communication. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook. Please subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and you can find links to all those other awesome podcasts. All right, we're going to throw out the link to the ROC Hangout into the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. Hop in if you can, and that's it for us tonight, guys. We'll see you next week. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. Check it out. All right, peace out, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Dave said it best.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Thanks for hanging tonight.
Bye.
So
Happy
long.
holidays.